wrestling fans, guys, I think the big question on everybody's mind after this Smackdown Live, there's one big question on everybody's mind. And that is, why can't WWE do this on a weekly basis? Why? Why can't WWE produce good television shows for us on a weekly basis? Every week. Be consistent every week. Monday Night Raw, what did we see? Unfortunately, under the sad circumstances, Roman Reigns dropped, vacated the Universal Championship because of leukemia. We all wish Roman Reigns to get well. From there, we are all hoping Braun Strowman becomes the Universal Champion at Crown Jewel, because Brock Lesnar does not need to take it back to UFC. From there, Dean Ambrose turned heel on Monday Night Raw, which sets up an excellent rivalry between him and Seth Rollins. Can't wait to see that. All of that, plus Braun Strowman and Drew McIntyre as well, which definitely, if Braun Strowman is the Universal Champion, that is going to be great rivalry for us. Tonight, what did we see on SmackDown? Rey Mysterio in action again against The Miz. Little preview of the World Cup. Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. The Usos taking on Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. Now, I understand some of you are going to say, before I even continue, you're going to look at me and you're going to put it in the comments below, Webby, WWE is being lazy here. WWE is pretty much just booking stuff that they've already booked, either from last week or from weeks prior to this. Lack of creativity, right? That's what you're telling me. I want you to think of this, wrestling fans, for each and every one of you who is thinking of that. Okay? The Usos, who really have not been seen on TV in quite some time. Okay? Outside of being with Naomi on a Mixed Match Challenge. In an important matchup again. Important win over AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan again. Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. Yes, we have seen it numerous times, but it is a rivalry. It is a matchup where these two men have good chemistry. Excellent chemistry. And it is something that WWE can put together on their way to this World Cup at Crown Jewel, so they can get past Crown Jewel. After Crown Jewel, they can start building to a fresh rivalry. Until then, make Randy Orton's holistic, devilistic character even worse by tearing Jeff Hardy apart And that's exactly what he did tonight by sticking his ear in sticking his hand in Jeff Hardy's earlobe again, right through his earlobe, smashing him onto the announce table, amongst other things. It was a really good night for Randy Orton. The right man won, definitely, in the main event. Some of you might be wondering, where's Samoa Joe? Hey, look, I miss Samoa Joe too. I think it's a good thing right now that he is off TV. And when he comes back, bam, just demolish everybody in his path because of what happened with that rivalry with AJ Styles. Should be a great, epic time when Samoa Joe comes back. First rivalry for Samoa Joe when he comes back. Either Daniel Bryan or Rey Mysterio, someone like that. Be cool to see. But to continue on with this edition of SmackDown Live, let's dive into, first off, The Big Show versus Kofi Kingston. Well, it's The Big Show. WWE, if there was a worse way, and this is the only thing I'm going to gripe about tonight. If there was any worse way you could kick off SmackDown Live, this was it. Any worse. The Big Show, a waste of talent. I think the majority of the wrestling fans out there will agree with that in 2018. The Big Show needs to continue to do what he does for the majority of the year, and that is be a spokesperson. He does a great job doing that, whether it's for Susan G. Komen, whether it's for the Olympics, something of that nature. Big Show, do that. Stay away from the squared circle as far as in-ring, because this 9th million heel turn that even the WWE superstars are pointing out now is getting old, and nobody wants to see this hunk of garbage. And I am not looking forward to Crown Jewel when we see the SmackDown Live tag team titles on the line and we see the Big Show lead the Bar down the aisle to defend those coveted tag titles. And that's all I'm complaining about on this SmackDown. That's it. Everything else was absolutely fantastic as far as what we usually see on SmackDown. As a matter of fact, to tell you the truth, they spent a bit more time, I think, on this SmackDown, putting this SmackDown together, maturing, growing, making sure this SmackDown was ready for the WWE Universe better than they did SmackDown 1000. You know, last week, even though it was great to see Edge and The Undertaker and Evolution, and Batista and Ric Flair and Triple H, all of them on SmackDown last week, they probably took 10 minutes to write the whole show. This week came off so much better. It really did. You all let me know what you're thinking about that in the comments below. And of course, don't forget to do everything that I have not mentioned yet in this podcast, which is subscribe to this channel, which is follow me on Facebook and Twitter at 2007Webby. Go back and watch my Monday Night Raw review as well, where we talk about Roman Reigns relinquishing the Universal Championship. And we talk about Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar going after the Universal title at Crown Jewel, plus the Tag Team Championship, plus Dean Ambrose turning heel, all that plus so much more. Last night on the Raw review, go check it out. And if you have not subscribed yet, if you have not left a like on this video, I don't know what you're waiting for. I really don't. Leave me a like. A lot of great content out there for you, and a lot of great content gets put out right here on this channel for you, so tune in. Be much appreciated. But now, SmackDown Live, the rest of the show, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan versus the Usos. As I said earlier, the Usos picked up the victory tonight again. Usually I do cringe over seeing matches over and over and over and over and over again. I cringe on it. Those of you that have watched me on Monday Night Raw reviews, if I have to watch something 100,000 times, you will see me gripe, moan, groan, complain till I'm blue in the face. I didn't tonight. We didn't see 50-50 booking. We saw the Usos pick up a victory. We saw more dissension with AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. Yes, it is Wrestling 101. It's something we've seen 100,000 times in the past, but it works. And we are going to see an epic matchup come Crown Jewel between AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan without a doubt. There's no doubt in my mind these guys aren't going to have a great contest for that coveted title. Probably going to have some screw finish with The Miz interrupting. I can see that, definitely. But the Usos picking up the victory here, I really enjoy that. And I hope it leads to something more in the future. Don't let them have two victories over these two superstars and it have zero effect in the future. Had a lot of Evolution promos. We saw the cringeworthy promo of Nikki Bella and Ronda Rousey. I don't know anybody that's looking forward to this main event matchup for Evolution. I don't know anybody that has been looking forward to this main event. But we're going to see it, and Ronda Rousey's going to rip Nikki Bella's arm off this Sunday. Speaking of Evolution, last woman standing matchup between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. Probably the one match on the card that everybody's looking forward to. Outside of Trish Stratus, Lita, Alexa Bliss, and Mickie James. Trish Stratus and Lita is what's really drawing that matchup. When you think about Becky Lynch and Charlotte, however, and last woman standing, they added another dynamic this week with Becky Lynch attacking Charlotte at the Performance Center. Just throwing Charlotte into the steel steps when she was trying to give some good advice to the women training down there. Quite frankly, I don't blame Becky for doing that. The champ should be the one giving that advice, not Charlotte getting all the attention. Only makes sense that the champ gives the advice, so that makes sense. On the other hand, once again, WWE trying to paint Becky Lynch as the heel, force that down our throat. When the fans continue week in and week out, tell the WWE that we are tired of seeing that. We're going to cheer Becky Lynch no matter what happens. So, Road Dogg, get it through your head. Becky Lynch isn't a heel, but at the same time, we kind of like this Stone Cold Steve Austin look of Becky Lynch. Just a little bit of edginess to her. It's kind of nice. Aiden English versus Rusev. Aiden Day versus Rusev Day, and you got Lana Day, you got all these days, you got all these holidays all over the place. Whoopee! Great, glorious day. Next thing you know, it's going to be Happy Webby Day here on the channel. Yeah. Just going to have my own holiday. Right? Just kidding. Fact is, they had something great with Rusev Day. And they killed it. I told you all when Aiden English left Rusev that Aiden was going to be killed. That this rivalry was going to be killed, murdered, crushed. And that's exactly what happened. Tonight proved it. Aiden English squashed to Rusev. I hate it. I absolutely hated it. Now, the storylines have been good, intriguing. Aiden English, great on the mic. Rusev, very good interacting with it. But as far as the match is concerned, that was just cringe. So if this continues, you better have a good contest. Okay? Absolute cringeworthy, that matchup. For all the build that you have given it, and then you just have Aiden English go out there and lose in that fashion. Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. You had Rey Mysterio out there for Miz TV, which pretty much was just a setup for The Miz to face Rey Mysterio, which Rey Mysterio looks just as good as he did last week. Rey Mysterio looks fantastic inside the squared circle. Can't wait to see more of what he can do. His first rivalry was going to be with Shinsuke Nakamura, which will be a good rivalry. The only thing I am hoping for with that rivalry is they don't automatically give the United States Championship to Rey Mysterio, because Shinsuke Nakamura does not need to be buried by Rey Mysterio. Doesn't. He just doesn't. He's already being crushed with no rivalries, not on TV, not nothing, all the time. He doesn't need that. He doesn't deserve that. So, with that being said, Rey Mysterio looking good tonight, and he's on his way to Crown Jewel for the big World Cup. Shane McMahon back on TV again. I think it's a conclusion now that we're going to see Shane McMahon on TV for a while. That's just my guess, because we're on our way to the Survivor Series, the 32nd annual Survivor Series. And not only that, but that leads right into the Royal Rumble, which leads right into WrestleMania season. which leads right into WrestleMania. And Shane O'Mac is always around during that time. So look forward to seeing him right now. But he was pretty much there to plug Evolution and Crown Jewel, the World Cup. And other than that, you had the main event, which I already went over with you, Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. And that was Smackdown Live. Not a bad show, not a bad week for WWE as far as the main roster is concerned. Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, Road Dogg, all you story writers that come on there every week and make storylines for the main roster. Let me tell you, if you can do this week, you can put on good TV each and every week if you want to. You don't have to make us cringe. You just choose to. This week, good job, WWE. But I'm not getting my hopes up because this is only week 1 of WWE doing a good job for the main roster. And that is SmackDown Live review. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, a like, a comment below, and of course, subscribe. Let's get 10 likes on this video. That would be much appreciated. I would appreciate that so very much. And if you would, subscribe amongst everything else. And of course, until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch you on the other side. Talk to you later.